Real Madrid kuchuana na Barcelona katika dimba la El Clasico, japo mchuano huo hautachezewa nchini Uhispania. Arsenal, kati ya Arsenal na Man U, ama kati ya Man U na Arsenal, ni gani kali kati ya Man U na Arsenal? Dimba la FA weekend. Alafu hapa nchini ama ugenini Zanzibar, kisiwa cha Zanzibar, timu ya taifa Harambee Stars kabandulwa nje ya dimba la Mapinduzi na wenyeji Zanzibar. Wanasema mchezo kwa utuzwa na hutunzwa. Ligi kuu ya Uingereza kufuziwa ngapi? Lopetegui nje, Steve Cooper nje, Gary O'Neil nje, Sean Dyche yazungumza hivyo nje, Russell Martin nje, na Erik ten Hag alibandulwa nje mapema. Kwa hivyo ni wakufunzi wa ligi ya Uingereza ambao washaaga vilabu vyao msimu huu ambao ni mgumu sana kubashiri. Hujambo na karibu katika makala ya The Football Slip. Mimi ni wako Hassan Juma, na msipo peke yangu bali na wanahabari wenzangu ambao pia ni wachanganuzi. Roger Zishtemi Deule, karibu nikubatiza. Karibu.
Hassan, before even we go into Shtemi and Cedric, the coaches that you mentioned, are they being paid? You know, today I have money.
Oh,
it's all about money.
Which coaches?
Here comes the money. Sean Dyche, Lopetegui. Yes.
Erik ten Hag is paid.
Yes.
Sean Dyche, I doubt, because just yesterday.
Yes.
He was fired yesterday.
Lopetegui.
Not yet. Because he was fired, I think, 48 hours ago.
They normally say mutual consent. But of course, they have to buy the contract out.
Because the money is in the bank, so there's a bit of paperwork to be done.
Yes. I know, before we even get to Cedric Musumba, Roger Zishtemi. Oh, by the way, Roger Zishtemi is back. Last week you were asking where he was. Yes, we said ni Talanta Ibuka, ama Talanta Chipuka. Yes, alikuwa anacheza zile tournaments za mashinani.
Makina Masengeli?
Yeah. Top striker
Masengeli come.
Top striker Masengeli come, but we'll be coming back to him. And today we are privileged to have a lady in studio. Her name is Belinda Kome Kiplibo, right?
Yes.
Did I get it right?
Yes, you did.
Yes, and you're wondering why Belinda is here. And you're wondering why I have some coins. You know, normally in this show said, we normally make predictions. And we normally tell people, if you follow what we say, you have to make sure that if you're betting, make sure that you do it.
Invest wisely.
Wisely.
Bro, coins, man.
But they're my coins.
I expect some notes.
But they're my coins. It's January.
It's in January.
Yes. Yes, Belinda is a financial
investment advisor.
Financial investment advisor. Yes. Your socials?
Belinda KK Advisor. You'll find me in X, you'll find me in IG and LinkedIn.
Yes. So Belinda, before, you know, we normally get we get into a lot of football talk in this show. But before we get into that, wacha tuingie kwa hii mambo ya yenye, you know, a lot of people have turned to betting because the economy, wanasema mfuko kidogo imewakaza. And most people don't bet wisely, because most of the time tumesikia mtu amepata pesa labda salary anaweka yote kwa betting, inapotea, mtu anajiua. What will be your advice to people who, you know, wanataka waeke kitu kidogo hapa wapate, wanasema January ni iko na shida? What will you tell them?
I don't want to burn the business, but really, the first thing, anytime unalipwa,
yes,
ukienda utoe hata shilingi moja, umpatie yule.
Yes.
Kwa account yako nini happen?
Reduce na shilingi.
Kuvu hujajilipa. You've literally paid the other person.
Yes.
But we normally say, oh, you know, I'm treating myself, I'm doing this betting for whatever reasons. And they have very good reasons that people say they are betting for. But it's also good to put aside some money. And putting aside money, when you say putting aside, it looks very negative. But that's the only time you're paying yourself.
Yes.
Hiyo ndio wakati peke yake umejilipa.
Weka kando.
Kwa sababu ukiweka kando ni nani, vile ulisema hizo coins ni zako.
And
then ukiziweka kando, alafu hopefully uzieke kando mali ambayo zinajijenga polepole. You can come and take the extras. Hiyo yenye imejijenga alafu unabakisha bado ile ulikuwa umeweka kando. So investing wisely that's part of it.
Yes.
That you have gotten your 100. The 100 can be in multiples.
Yes.
But that 100 you put aside. And when you put aside, you just don't leave it there. Because if you leave it there, it will still remain there.
Yes.
You put it in investments that, if you can, and I promise you, you should keep them in as safe as possible investments, they start growing.
Yes.
When they start growing, now you can eat that growth. Yeah.
My friend Eshtebi here, kuna time alishinda milioni, but akasema kule ilienda. What would you advise people that, you know, people that win from betting, but they don't you know, invest properly with the money that they get, because wanasemanga what comes first also goes fast.
That's true.
Yes,
that's true. Whatever investment, whatever source the funds are, your funds are from, just go back to that simple concept.
Yes.
Put aside.
Yes.
Then when you put aside, don't leave it aside.
Yes.
Put it in another investment that will give you. There's a very common investment that has become quite common and popular in Kenya. The money market funds, they are regulated by
MMF.
authority, MMF. They give you an interest that's above inflation. And inflation being, anytime you have those coins, next year they won't buy the same things they could buy today. The purchasing power reduces.
Yes.
So when you put in something like an MMF, what you're doing is you're maintaining your money at the same level and adding an increase. So whether it's betting, whether it's income, wherever you've gotten it from,
yes,
put aside, if you can, 20%, if you can, even more. Yeah, because it's your money at the end of the day. You can come and withdraw at any one point.
Yes, by the way, Eshtemi ya kushinda 1 million, that was just a figure of speech.
Kuna vile amekuangalia.
It was just a figure of speech, because anaweza hata kupata simu saa hizi Eshtemi. Ile milioni ulikula peke yako.
Na uko na nini?
Uzuri Sado is a witness. So there's no way you can eat alone that 1 million.
Yes, Belinda, as we wrap this up, what is your advice to Kenyans out there now that we're in January? Everybody is saying that mfuko iko kidogo tight. As we wrap this up, what would be your advice to Kenyans?
3 things.
Yes.
Try to create an emergency fund. Especially if you have income, whatever income you have, try and cover 3 months at the beginning, because you never know when emergencies will come. And emergencies don't have to be bad things. It could be a good emergency.
Yeah.
Kuna kashamba kametokelezea and it's a quick sell.
Yes.
So if you have the cash, you will get it. Then so create the emergency fund, whether you earn 10,000 or $1 million, Bob, in between, please put that. Then have a sinking fund. Tuko January, tumetoka December ku spend pesa. You can start saving towards the money for December.
Yes.
Then you come and actually spend it and not feel the guilt, because you've set it aside all this month for this particular purpose, which is the sinking fund. And we spoke about that in the earlier segment of the show.
Yes.
Then lastly, think about your future. And your future is a retirement plan. Can I tell you 2,000 shillings can become $1 million in the next 10, 18 years?
Yes.
In a safe investment. Ye ujabet.
Yeah.
Umeka tu kwa investment hata ya 10%. Just putting 2,000 shillings. But how easy is it to bet 2,000? How is it to lose it? And how is it to finish it in a restaurant?
Very easy.
Very easy.
Yes.
But yet it's the same money that can give you $1 million in a few years. So put aside whatever level you're in. I talked about a 10,000 because Nina imagine 10,000 is income a lot of people are earning, and 1 million and above. In between, put aside emergency fund, create sinking funds. You know, we say we have nikona ka project kana niumiza. Put aside for the project before you start hata kama utakuwa umefikisha nusu. Then finally think about the long term, even if it's little that you're putting. Yeah.
So before I let you go, today you are in red. Which team do you support? Because behind us is a sea of red. There's Liverpool, there's Arsenal, there's Manchester United, Upper Chini. There's it's the same. Which team do you support? Doesn't have to be.
Before you even before you answer that.
Yes.
Put this in mind. These are the biggest teams in England, right? The teams that are here are the small teams in England.
No, Manchester is not small.
No, Manu, I'm talking about Manu is over there.
But we have.
I'm talking about the teams that are here. So the teams that are here now.
Yes.
But there are teams that are here, but they're not here.
Yeah.
No, you're going to make it difficult for her to choose.
There are teams that are here, but
this one is
this one.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Chelsea. The teams
Yeah.
So which team do you support?
Can I give a call to my home? I need to ask my sons.
Yes.
They will roast me.
Yeah.
But I hear them talking about a certain guy called
Yes.
Haaland. So
Erling
I will
Haaland.
pick this.
Definitely.
I will pick
Manchester
this.
City.
I need to sleep at home in peace.
And of course, you earlier on you told me your sons also support Real Madrid.
They do. They
Yes,
do.
they are playing Barcelona on Sunday, which El Clasico. Who do you think will win?
Ooh, of course, it's my son's team that will win.
Real
Again,
Madrid.
I want to be safe.
Yes,
Yes.
the most successful club in Europe. That is Real Madrid. That's also Cedric's favorite club. Yes,
okay.
we'll be talking about it later in the show. Thank you very much, Belinda Koome Kiplimo, for giving us insights on, saving from the winnings that you get from the money, the little money that you get from any income-generating activity that you do, and make sure that, of course, the year is 2025, you begin to save. It can help you going forward. Now, before we even get into some of the things that we had today, Hassan Juma, I want to, rundown tuigeuze hivi. Let's begin with the Harambee Stars. Now, the national football team Harambee Stars was in action in Mapinduzi Cup, taking on Zanzibar, and Kenya lost 1-0. And this is a match that Aboud Omar was sent off after getting a red card, and a match where the referee punched Aboud Omar. So I want us to take a look at that melee that Aboud Omar was sent off, and then the gentlemen in studio will be giving us their views on how that panned out.
Hivyo zonga mwamuzi kati ya Chano kumfuata mwamuzi kama panic. Ndia kama mwamuzi hata ng'ata jino kufanya maamuzi haya. Kadi njano imepokwa. Kenya wamechachamaa. Kadi nyekundu amepewa Abu Omar. Mfanya ameanzisha vurugu na yeye hataki mchezo. Abu anaonekana ni mtemi vile vile.
Well, that is Aboud Omar being sent off. Remember, Kenya lost that match 1-0. So they will not be playing in the final on Sunday. The final will see Burkina Faso take on Zanzibar. Hassan, let's get into that conversation on Harambee Stars. Now, is it a case of the referee being biased, or is it a case of Kenyan players being indisciplined? I know Eshtemi is itching to get onto that, but we watched that game together, and personally I feel that Kenyan players were not disciplined enough.
So two things. First, I was bothered by Aboud Omar getting that red card. I mean, as the captain, he should have led by example. So, of course, there's that aspect of Kenyan players being so indisciplined, because, I mean, it took so long before calm was restored. But another issue that bothered me was the fact that, I mean, the referee got physical. There are so many ways of sorting out such a mess instead of getting physical. Of course, there was a bit of altercation here and there, but for the first time in a long time, I've never seen a referee getting that crazy, He should have red-carded himself also. Aje, unapiga player akianguka?
Yes. Eshtemi. I know you watched the game, and I expected as much as the decision by the referee to award a free kick. We all saw that there was no free kick.
There's no free kick.
There was no free kick. It was probably the hosts trying to make sure that they get into the final. But I expected Aboud, as the man that is leading Kenya on the pitch, to at least lead by example. Make sure that you go talk to the referee, kando umwambie umweleze. But now you are leading your players to surround the referee, and it got physical.
And he even grabbed the red card by the
Yeah, he grabbed the red card that he was given.
Well, I can term that tournament maybe like an unsanctioned tournament, because rules were not followed on both sides, whereby maybe emotions flew high. It was really emotive from onset, and we know maybe Kenyans fell into the trap of the Zanzibar sides, because they are the host, and they say in Kiswahili mcheza kwa utuzwa, and they will have done everything possible within their means to ensure that Zanzibar sails into the final. And yes, they have done so, and it looks so predetermined, because looking even, there were more alteration moments, because I remember also prior to that in the first half, there were an extension of I think 5 minutes or 6 minutes of added time. And there was a stoppage after maybe another scuffle between Harambee Stars and Zanzibar players. That showed a very bad picture to the entire continent and the world at large, because, these are just a warm-up to the CHAN that Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda.
Just to add on that, after the game was over, the goalkeeping coach, that is Arnold O'Reilly, also was red hot on the referee. He had to be stopped by the stewards.
Yeah, it is just absurd, because, we are trying to talk about disciplining the team. And also now, let's just dwell more so on Aboud, because Aboud is the most experienced player in this squad. I think over 12 years or so he has been with the Harambee Stars, and also having been given the armband a few years ago, he should have acted at least a bit matured. Of course, we know things were not working against for Harambee Stars side, but, looking at the caliber of the game and where the game was at that particular moment, it was maybe theirs to lose, because they will have frustrated the Zanzibar side to the core until maybe the final minute. But now, they fall into their trap, and, they lost his heads, and, by losing his head, he cost his team, because they extended another 15 minutes after the 90 minutes. That's when Zanzibar scored the goal. And at the end of it all, they are wailing and crying, and fans, and other people who love football will judge them exactly what transpired there. Of course, the referee did it wrong. There's no way in the world I've seen a referee trying to hit a player, or rather punching a player, but that was just dramatic. And I think, like I've said, it looked like an unsanctioned tournament. That's why maybe the likes of Uganda withdrew from it, because Burundi, because they knew maybe this one is not going to add anything to our preparation for CHAN.
Sedo, what do you have to say about what happened today? Actually, you said last week that Kenya will not get to the final.
It's a culmination of a lot of things that are happening into Kenyan soccer, and also it tells a story of a team that has not really matured enough to grace such kind of tournaments. Remember, this is just a precursor for bigger tournaments ahead of them, and you need to be mature enough actually to send a message of, remember, you will be gracing a tournament ahead of you as hosts. And what happens around hosts, actually, it's a lot of things. And that essence of you playing in Zanzibar, thinking that favorism actually will play the day, should not actually marry your minds. If you go by where all this altercation come in from, is that mentality of believing that you are playing host, and any kind of officiation that goes against you is a kind of favorism, which will not be actually in the game of soccer. If that was the case to go, then home and away in the terms of league will not have been materializing. We have seen you playing at home and then gracing away, and again even you go away and win matches. So referee is just a human being like any other person. He can actually do all these sort of mistakes, but we have procedures.
Remember when we had AFCON and the referee ended the game at the, was it 75th minute?
Yes.
The 85th,
the Zambian referee.
Yes.
And you see, that did not call for the opposing team or the team that felt like being infringed to do all sort of the uncalled kind of sportsmanship in that particular game. They were composed. Of course, there was some agitative that were coming from the peripherals. The peripherals, fans and everything and all over. But and again, there are some procedures that I need to follow. Remember, the federation, the organizers of that tournament, they are watching. There are procedures that should have been put in place on how to follow there after that particular match. Of course, this is just a build-up, as Shitemi said. It's a precursor to a bigger tournament.
Yes.
You need to live with the value and more sort of essence, actually icing on the top of everything. Aboud Omar with the experience, and now he has been given an armband. He needs to live by an example. I understand that red card came way deep into altercation. Actually,
it was actually a yellow card.
Way deep into altercation. Just humble up. A yellow card is humbling you up to understand your essence, that you are a player who is manning up like a commander of that particular team. Once you have given a yellow card, we have seen even in big leagues like EPL and La Liga, a thing that everyone will see like, this is not an offense. But when you are coming up and you are given a yellow card, it humbles you up and you run away from that particular scene. You go complaining away.
So why do I also feel like the technical bench, Harambee Stars technical bench, did not cover themselves with glory? Because, I mean, you manage these players. Once that altercation began, Francis Kimanda and his team should have shouted for these guys to, cool down.
Hassan, the problem with this, it was happening deep into the field. this technical bench is not allowed actually to invade the pitch.
Because it took so long.
No, you know what? This thing started way long before halftime. So when they went into the dressing room, that's the thing that maybe the technical bench should have addressed and told me, guys, we have this in our hands. Let's go there and just try to play our game. Let's not fall into their trap. Unfortunately, we lost heads and fall into their trap, and they won the match.
And you see, it also tells a story. Remember, way before even this tournament started, I need to tell you that Harambee Stars is not. It was actually, the intention is to go into a tournament and carry it.
No.
That was the intention. That was the intention even before. And I was like, they needed to know that they were not ready even for this particular tournament. They were just using this tournament as a build-up. And if they're going to this tournament, of which to me, I'm disregarding it, going by how it has been playing. If this is the tournament that you think that now you are becoming big and it's frustrating you like this, what about the bigger tournament ahead of you? And we don't have any other squad. I know even if there will be some changes, they will be so minimal in this particular team. To me, I'm writing off this one. From the level of discipline, it's a team that does not actually go ahead and represent us in Chan. And if it happens to go there, then we should even expect more worse things than what we have experienced today.
In addition to that, Sedo, mistakes do happen in football. And you need also to abide to what the rules are. And looking on what has transpired at the Gombani Stadium, these players can end up inciting fans when you have this chant here. Because the action on the pitch will maybe make fans maybe feel infiltrated and try to do things that are awkward and maybe try to tarnish the chant maybe or another tournament that will be feeling that it's going to be like a wine for all Kenyans and the continent at large.
Yes, of course, when you talk about the national football team, that is Harambee Stars, we can spend the whole hour talking about what we expected from them in the Mapinduzi Cup. But remember, we'll be next week, we'll have to analyze what transpired in Zanzibar and give our views on what to expect as we head into China. I want us to take a short break. When we come back, I'll be telling you where Daniel Kariuki is, and also we'll be taking a look at the results from our slips from last week, as well as giving you this weekend's predictions. That will be after the break.